Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for educations and technology. Today I'd like to share with you a hot topic, and that is it Wing Chun really? The reason why I am sharing this topic today, because it is really critical right now. So, a few days ago, I shared on the Shaolin short strike recycle of momentum, which is in Wing Chun, we always say that Wing Chun is like a sickle. You cut back and forth. So the momentum is supporting this sickle, which cut back and forth. And after that, I have received many messages from our Wing Chun friends and some comment on this recycle momentum. And many of our Wing Chun friends is thinking that I make the claim. And some tell me certain grandmaster, popular grandmaster, do this, do that, do that. And thus, what I'm sharing in the video is ridiculous. Okay? So there are many of these comments or chatting with me, and everyone in this group seems to know that what is the real Wing Chun, according to them, of course, or according to their grand teacher or so forth. So this is one part of what happened in these past few days. Another part of what happened in past few days is that Xu Xiao Dong has been saying that traditional Chinese martial art is backward. Okay, it's not up to date, it's backward. It's lack. So there are many traditional Chinese martial art Sifu in Asia have contacted me saying that, come on, all those ridiculous thing in traditional Chinese martial art, we must stop it, or else there is no traditional martial art left. So due to these two things which has happened in the past few days, I decided to share this today. Okay, now a question we need to ask is this in Wing Chun. If I say Hendrik Wing Chun, okay, Hendrik's Wing Chun, like here today we can hear all the time XYZ's Wing Chun, ABC's Wing Chun, then I say, okay, use my name, Hendrik Wing Chun. That is like saying Hendrik's Newton's law. Hendrik's Newton's law. So is it Newton's law or it is not Newton's law? Can Hendrik make another Newton's law? Do Hendrik's Newton's law mean that Hendrik follow Newton's law, or Hendrik have his own opinion or interpretation on what Newton is talking about? Well, this is serious. So is it really Wing Chun you're talking about? So is it really Wing Chun? Is it really Wing Chun? Is Hendrik's Wing Chun really Wing Chun? Is Hendrik's Newton's law really Newton's law? Well, of course, if you go to talk to those people in college who study physics or engineering, if I tell them Hendrik's Newton's law, they'll laugh the hell out of themselves, and that's what will happen. So the bottom line is, so what is Newton's law? The same thing is, what is Wing Chun? And as in these few days, many told me, oh, this grandmaster say this, that grandmaster say that. or they think it is that way, their experience it is that way, what does it matter if we talk about Newton's law? Does Hendrik matter when we talk about Newton's law? Let's go to physics department of any university, asking those professor there in any university or student there, is that matter that what Hendrik thinks on that Newton's law? They'll ask you, do you know what is Newton's law? So the same thing, do you know what is Wing Chun? We always have the story of Ngui from Shaolin or Jisim from Shaolin create this very good feminine art called Wing Chun. We can defeat the strong with weak, or defeat the hard from soft, all kinds of stuff. Okay? But do we know what is Wing Chun? Do we know what is really Wing Chun is about? Like the physics departments in the universities, the professor there or student there asking, do you know what is Newton's law? So it is really ridiculous to say Hendrik's Wing Chun is like Hendrik's Newton's law. Huh? What is it? Newton's law is Newton's law. Wing Chun is Wing Chun. There's no such thing as Hendrik's Wing Chun. Okay? So again, then you will say, well, Hendrik, this is your view, your claim. My grandmaster didn't tell me this, blah, blah, blah. You know what? What I'm going to share with you, even if Dr. Leong Zhan is here, sitting here today, he has to agree with me. If he's not agree with what I'm saying in the following, then he is not following the Wing Chun ancestor and the Shaolin ancestor. He made up his own stuff. Okay? That's how it is. And that's why I'm very sure, even if Leong Zhan is here today, he is going to agree with me. So he's not going to oppose me, and he will tell me, great that you tell the entire world what it is. Mark my word. Okay, put in the history, cast in stone. And also, all the ancestor, Wing Chun ancestor in Red Boat, the Fine Jade associations, prior to Leong Zhan, because Leong Zhan studied in the Red Boat, the Fine Jade association, will say the same thing. Okay? Now, let me share with you what it is. We repeat the ancient saying that Wing Chun is sickle type. Now we know that it is from Shaolin. So the ancient, like Leong Zhan and all these ancestors, they never lied to us, because it is fit to the Shaolin short strike. Okay? So, what determines is it Wing Chun or not Wing Chun? It is not any grandmaster's name. It is like what determines Newton's law or not. It is not any professor name in any university. It is, for the Newton's law, it is the principle which is written by Sir Isaac Newton. You follow that? Okay? Same with Wing Chun. It belongs to Shaolin short strike. So you follow the Shaolin short strike document. If you want to call that Wing Chun, you better follow that. Okay? So Wing Chun's criteria, the real true Wing Chun criteria, is the first 20 questions of the Shaolin short strike canon. Okay, that is the criteria. You have to fit that 20 criteria, or else you are not Shaolin, you are not short strike, you are not Wing Chun, period. This is like Newton's law. Okay? Now, we just look at the first two Q&A of Shaolin Short Strike Canon. See what does it explain in details on today's Wing Chun saying. So the first of the Q&A is the key is that 示弱气时要门横，一旋回时身不稳. Okay, so this is what I explained the other day. In English, it said that the outgoing momentum has to be aggressive, having a continued round return intention to stabilize the momentum. So meaning that you can recycle the momentum. So that explained to you in details. The cycle. How is the cycle of Wing Chun in the ancient saying is done, or is realized, or is implemented? Okay? Now, the second Q&A is say 让中不让乃为家，开气翻来向他力. So I already translate that in the Wing Chun Matrix books. Okay? So this is what it says. Okay? 让中不让乃为家 means concessions without conceding is exceptional. 开气翻来向他力 is always face the opponent when one dodge or turn. Okay? So the second one is say that concessions without conceding is exceptional. Always face the opponent when one dodge or turn. So it means that I'm not going to fight you brute forcefully. I'm going to concess, okay, without concession, meaning I slips in, okay, and then always face the opponent when one dodges or turn. That is what today we call it fish issue from heart. You want to target on your opponent's center line. That is what it is. Okay? Meaning that you don't want to fight force with force. You let him go, you slips in. Okay? You dodge, you slip in, you turn, you slips in, and you always face him, face his center line, be it from front or from the side. So this explained to you. And also, remember the Shaolin Short Strike have 3 versions? There's another definitions there. In here, this concession without conceding is also said torquing. Okay? Torquing without leaving or without going off. Torquing without going off. So what does it mean? Meaning that I'm always spinning, torquing. My body is torquing in, my strike is torquing out. So it's torquing in and torquing out. So if you look at my video on the Z steps, it torque in, it snaps, and it torque back, it snaps. And it's using number 1's momentum, keeping recycle the momentum. So that is Wing Chun. That is the bottom line of Wing Chun. Okay? So it is based on the Shaolin Short Strike. So whatever we heard about the legend of Wing Chun is a sickle. Well, we know exactly how that sickle is implemented. We all talk about fish issue from heart. Now we know what does that mean. Meaning that I'm going to go straight, I'm facing your center line, or I go Z steps, I facing your center line, but disregard of that anything. It is always spinning, spinning in, spinning out, like a cycle. Okay? So in order to do this, you need this first step. Okay? And of course, you need a lot of basic, like your breathing, your talking of your body, handling, your mobility, dynamic mobility basics in order to be able to do this. And then be able to implement the second one. It's just like if we go study Newton's law, of course you need to have all your elementary school educations in math before you can study Newton's law. It is not that difficult if you have the basic. It doesn't take decades and still don't know about it. You need to say 6 months or a year of algebra, then you can understand Newton's law in the basic form. So you need that. Now if you don't have that basic, how can you going to study Newton's law? If you don't have those basic developed, how can you study Wing Chun? And this is the basic of Wing Chun, right? It tells you exactly how to implement it. What good is to say Wing Chun is like a sickle. Wing Chun have to face the opponent forward to the center line, while have no idea on all these details on how to implement it. And also, if you look at this, it say that you dodge, okay? You dodge and turn always facing the opponent, or here, it means that don't give your back to your opponent. Why? You try to give your back to your opponent who do judo or grappling, they're going to take you down because you give your back to them. So in this, we know that when Wing Chun get in, it's going to attack not here, not punching me here. Because I can grab you, I can turn, and then your back is for me, I attack you from back. You give your back to me. The attack will come like Z step from here. So it make it very difficult for me to get your back. And even if you want to throw me, you don't put your back here and try to throw me. You're gonna go here to throw me. You throw me, you start from here, you butt me from here, from this angle. So even I want to turn, try to grab you, I cannot. That is belong to the second Q&A of Shaolin Short Strike. Now look back. How many of Wing Chun today do that? What people can go adapting Jiu-Jitsu or Judo or grappling, grabbing and everything, but how many implement this? How many? You can see, look at the YouTube. Did they stand in front of here or they stand here, and once they get in, they always get in from here. They dodge away from here, come in from here, not punching here in linearly. They're using the momentum. So that if people throw a check hook on them, they roll away, dodge and turn. Well, this is Wing Chun. This is the basic of Shaolin Short Strike. Wing Chun is based on Shaolin Short Strike. Okay? So, for here, the Shaolin Short Strike has the breathing method, as I translate here. There is a breathing method here. Okay, in the chapter 6 here. Okay, as exactly what the Shaolin Short Strike talk about. You need to know how to breathe. If you don't know how to breathe, how can you do it? And also this turning, twerking is here translated. So if you want seriously talking about, oh, mine is Wing Chun, mine is studied from this grandmaster is Wing Chun, yours is not Wing Chun, all those stuff, that's what I said. Even if Leong Zhan stand here today, he has to accept and subject to this. This is the Shaolin sock riding. The first two is this two. Okay? Even if it is the ancestor in the Red Boat Fine Jade opera, be prior to Leong Zhan, is Wong Wapo or Leong Yitai, on that generation and above, they still have to subject from this. If they don't follow this, in Chinese there's a term meaning that you are not following the ancestor. You create your own stuff, okay? So this is what it is. So this is what I like to share with you. The reality is this. Unless we know this thing, we better don't saying this is Wing Chun, that's not Wing Chun. That's why I'm using the term. This is 1850s version Wing Chun, 1960s version Wing Chun. Why do I say that? Because I don't want to get into this. If I get into this like today, there's no face to be given. How many grandmasters in past 100 years can last facing this thing? That's why I am saying 1850s version, 1960s version, because the grandmaster in past 100 years, they don't have as much information as us here in Silicon Valley have today. So it is very unfair to put them into sport. Okay? And we want to give face. We want to look at people's contributions, but not contribute to more mess and distortions. It's like we can know that our parents, our grandparents, they are not perfect. We respect them, but we know what law is. We know what it is what. Okay? And of course, they like you to know that too. Nobody wants their offspring is worse than them. Everybody wants their offspring is better than them. So we better learn, okay? We better learn by document, by evidence. It's like if we talk Newton's law, we need to know what is Newton's law. And there's no such thing as I can create whatever I hack and whatever hack I want and just saying Hendrix Newton's law. Okay? So this is to share with you today. Is it Wing Chun? Really? How many documents you think we can dig it up if we want to prove somebody wrong? But that is not the point. That's why this channel is educations. We respect whoever do the contribution. We don't expect them to be perfect. But in this generations on, you cannot afford to do that. Because you couldn't even face Xu Xiao Dong as many of traditional Chinese martial arts sifu messaged me this few days. He said, well, Hendrik, this is not right anymore. We cannot continue this way. Okay? So let's not contribute to more distortion in Wing Chun. If we want to study Wing Chun, follow what the ancient record down. It's like if we want to study physics, follow the Newton's law. Okay? There's a reason why this is written. Wing Chun Matrix. You watch the movie Matrix? Are you living in that computer or AI control world, or you want to know the reality? And only reality can set you free. It is matrix because it's time for us to know what it is. Of course, in this world, how many people know General Qi Ji Guang? How many people know there's exists of this book? How many people know that there are 3 versions of this book? How many people know all these details? And that's very rare, but now we have an internet system that the entire world can know. We can have an education that we respect every grandmaster. However, we need to proceed to do the right thing for everybody, or else the entire thing collapses. So, if we never study Newton's law, we better know we never study it. We don't know it. So we can go learn. Instead of we make our own interpretations and thinking that we know it all. So this is to share with you today. This is a serious thing, I know. Somebody might thinking I'm rocking the boat here. Maybe I'm rocking the boat of past 60 years or 80 years. I'm not rocking the boat. This channel is for education. I don't own a school. I'm talking about Chinese culture. Nobody have right to screw Chinese culture. And you know that people at the time like Leong Zhan and the Wing Chun ancestor in the Red Boat and in the Fine Jade associations, they are not going to support personal interpretation. They all support this. Why? Why do you think all these ancestors in Red Boat dare to sacrifice their life to against the Qing? Why is all Leong Zhan and all these ancestors dare to sacrifice their life to against the Qing? It's because of this. If we don't have this, we don't have future. Because we don't even know. If you never train on this, you don't even know Wing Chun. It's like if I never go study in high school on Newton's law, I have no idea what is Newton's law. Okay?